Hi guys, it's Blaze here. Today I thought I'd go through the most valuable productivity tools on the internet. And long story short, it's Google Apps. Google Apps are sitting there. A lot of people don't realize that the greatest thing ever on the internet is staring them right in the face. If you want to get things done, if you're sick of just switching between apps and trying to make things happen. For myself, I get on YouTube a lot, create a lot of short films. I do a lot of business through home. Tax stuff, the voiceover stuff that I do on the side. I do that all now through Google's apps. And it's kind of been a slow discovery, and it came out of a need because I'd go to Hotmail and I'd go through, let's, for example, before we even start here, okay, let's go and look at Hotmail and let's see what you kind of have to put up with when you go there. I just don't like the Microsoft interface. Oh, this site can't be reached. Okay, you know why it can't be reached? Because that is no longer applicable, calling it Hotmail. It's now Outlook. So here we are in Hotmail. And pretty much this is all that really happens. I'm just showing the junk folder because this just stacks up. No matter how much you try and block it, it's just as spammy as hell. And then you go up to here and they've got a suite of apps and stuff that you can do stuff on, but I just don't. I think that Microsoft try too hard. It's the same on the Xbox platform. I don't like these icons. I don't like the colors. I don't think any of it kind of works. There's nothing instinctive there about the way this works. And if you're trying to, run a business online or run a household, it's just kind of useless and clunky. It just doesn't integrate. But Gmail have done it so well. So if we sign into this, everything you need kind of stems from here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to just a blank folder so you don't look at my private information. But to me, it's simpler. It's not trying as hard. It's laid out well. So use your Gmail and then go up here on the right hand side and you'll have a bunch of apps. And I think that the best apps here, if I was to arrange this, now look, there's a bunch of apps here you can use, but what I like about this is if you're not in Google Plus that much, get rid of that. Contacts, we keep that over there. The ones that I think are essential, certainly for myself, would be in this kind of order. See, I love the way that moves around. It's kind of friendly. It's simple. I don't put the Gmail search up there because we've got the Google search engine. Always default to that. So you've got Mail, YouTube, Drive, Docs, Sheets, and Keep. Might be slightly different for you. So the first thing you're going to do, obviously, is go to your mail. Check that every day. But the mail, obviously, Gmail, Google, and YouTube. So that you go into your YouTube channel from here. And then if we go back over to the apps here as well, stuff like Google Sheets, I think this is really useful. If you're going and you're trying to do your tax every year like I am, and then I was using a manual ledger book for a long time, and it got very old and boring. Now I just use a new spreadsheet, and you'll call this something like, and it's all cloud-based, tax, and then you can just put a bunch of headings up here. Okay, I'm being numeric here. So you'll say, food, car, and so on. Get that, make it all bold with the shortcut, and then this might be expense one, $23, and then you get another one, $45, another one here, $67. What are you spending on? Now, I used to add this all up manually, and I just didn't want to sit there and have to learn Excel again. It was just so boring. Here, if you just know a few hotkeys and shortcuts, all you have to do is come over here, have a quick selection, okay, and then you come over. In fact, let's just make it fill the whole space down here. There's the sum of those numbers. Just drag it across. Bang. So you've got columns and columns of numbers from expenses throughout the financial year. Google Sheets is there for you, and then it all goes into the cloud. And then that'll be your tax sheet for July in Australia, where the financial year starts. 1st of July, and then you'll make one of these, 12 of these. So that's one really kind of useful application for Google Sheets. It's sitting there, people don't use it, they go on to use clunky methods. Calendar. Okay, so Obviously you can sync calendars. This is all old information, but I just like the way you go in here, right click, create an event. So you'll go dentist, create, and if you want to edit that, you can edit the event. Bunch of options there. Okay, what other stuff do I do during the day? Got my emails, dentist wants me to come in, so I put it in my calendar, go back and make a video on YouTube, and then I go to Drive. Got some photos of the family. I've got documents here, meeting notes, the tax. See, the tax is already synced with the Google Drive, and another previous document there. And then I can go to Google Photos, and I haven't got any there at the moment, but I can just send them straight to Google, upload them. And you can also, with your Drive, say with the meeting, or let's say the text, then I'm going to go and share it. And then I'm going to share it with you at gmail.com. That didn't work at all. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, it's created separate files. So these, and then you add a note, please. I mean, look, none of this is revolutionary, but I'm saying it's easy. Does that make sense? And then what's the other? Okay, so Docs. Same with Google Sheets. Business letter. Okay. And then you'll say something like your company. Insert charts in docs and slides. Useful hints through Google. See how it's all there? So we'll call this Cat Industries. And then, dear Miss Reader, I know you love cats. Blah, blah, blah. Some generic Latin text there. Get rid of that. Best regards. You can share this document once again if you want. So instead of running around going off to Microsoft Word and then having to open Excel and then finding, oh, do I want to go to Vimeo to upload today? And oh God, I have to go to iCal. iCal's not bad, you know, I like that stuff. And then, but yeah, then you have to go and sort of sync that with iCloud if you're like Apple, or if you use your Hotmail and you want to use the OneDrive, like with the Xbox, if you're using Upload Studio and you upload videos to OneDrive, then you have to do it that way, drag it off. It's kind of unavoidable if you're on Xbox, but what I'm saying is that if you want to keep it all in one place, it's all sitting there. And you've got a kind of default list as well. It says I'm not signed into Chrome. Occasionally, look, if I was to make any criticism, I find signing, ideally, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different accounts, Gmail accounts there. And then I have certain accounts that I use for different things. Ideally, I should be able to sign between this account and that account. This is the person one account and into this one here, but sometimes that does not work. Maybe it's because I've got multiple tabs open. I'm not really sure why. Here I've got another tab open, so we'll go back to that. But you'll find that they're absolutely sitting over here or over there. And then I spoke about this the other week. Google Keep is an awesome application, and it kind of marries with all these you can send, but it's a productivity app. It's basically the best list app I've ever used. And so you can take a note here, say something like, what are we going to do? Watch. Can't spell. UFC 202. Take note. And then I've been through all this. I won't go into depth, but you can customize the palette. If I can just hit done. And then you can make that as a kind of grid view. And then you've got all these little sticky notes that you can move around. And with that, you can reminder, you can share it, and you can also archive it, and you can more options: delete, label, make a copy to Google Docs. So, without laboring the point, this is all free. Google has immense resources. They're a huge company. Yeah, they kind of dominate the market in a way, but if you're going to choose one, choose Google, because they really want you to use it and they want to help you, and it works. So, if you want the best productivity apps for whatever you're doing, whether you're making ceramic kittens or you're running a big company, go here and you can see that these are the essential apps as I see them. But then here you can have maps, fantastic. Groups, news, AdWords. If you're tagging videos, you can use the keyword planner there, or you can monetize videos or your blog, photos, forms, hangouts, even more from Google. Let's have a quick look. And then there's a whole page full of them there. This is sitting right in front of your face and it works. And one more thing I do find, which pleases me a lot, you go over here, let's look in the spam. There's no spam. Rarely do I get spam through Google. So use Google Apps and be more productive. Blaze, over and out.